Welcome to this special edition of the CJ Werleman Show. I'm your host, CJ Werleman. Tonight I call on the new Pakistani government to release journalist Imran Riaz Khan and to cease its campaign of intimidation against the country's free press. But first, a quick reminder to click on the subscribe button below so you never miss a single episode. Now let's get into it. On Wednesday, Pakistan took another dangerous lurch towards authoritarian rule when government authorities in Islamabad arrested prominent journalist Imran Riaz Khan on charges as serious as sedition and the abetment of mutiny. Why? Because he dared to speak out against the government. In other words, he was arrested for doing his job. His job, like mine, is to speak truth to power and to hold those at the highest levels accountable for their actions. This is what Imran Riaz Khan is guilty of doing. He's guilty of being a good journalist. But watch the moment authorities arrested him on Tuesday night.
Thank you very much. पाकिस्तान में ये तमाशा रह गया था, ये भी देख लें।
बच्चे ये फोन मेरा अपने पास रखना। ठीक है सर, ठीक है। बंद कर दी भाई।
Khan's parting words were this, and I quote, "It makes no difference whether they imprison me or kill me or whatever they do. I think we should continue to perform our duties. I'm requesting all journalists to raise your voice and keep doing your jobs," end quote. Which is exactly what I am to do here, as well, you know, a journalist. Now, I don't care where your political allegiances lie. It doesn't matter to me if you love or hate the current ruling regime or love or hate Imran Khan. What I care about is democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. But sadly, this will now be the enduring image of the state of journalism under the current coalition government. This image hurts Pakistan's global reputation on so many levels, and at a time when Pakistan is confronted with so many profound economic challenges, from skyrocketing inflation to plunging foreign exchange reserves to unfathomable levels of debt. And when ordinary Pakistanis aren't struggling with spiking costs for everything from cooking oil to gasoline, the country's electricity grid has crashed, leaving homes in major cities without power for upwards of 10 hours per day. At the same time, daytime temperatures soar past 40 degrees Celsius. But in coming back to the arrest of Imran Riaz Khan, he's just one of many Pakistani journalists who have been made the target of threats, intimidation, and violence in recent times. During the past week alone, 2 journalists have been assassinated while another was kidnapped and tortured. Others, including television anchor Arshad Sharif, have been slapped with FIRs at the same time they and their families are threatened with rape and murder. Now let's be clear, what all of these journalists have in common is they have the courage to speak out against the Pakistani military, which is using the new coalition government as political cover to regain some of the power it lost under the leadership of Imran Khan. Okay, so full disclosure here, I am a lifelong fan of Imran Khan. I had the good fortune to shake his hand and get his autograph during the 3rd test against Australia at the Sydney Cricket Ground in 1990. He is one of my great cricketing idols. He was a bowling all-rounder, and I too was a bowling all-rounder. But whereas Imran Khan went on to lead Pakistan to victory at the 1992 World Cup, I led Indonesia to 5 consecutive defeats at the 2007 World Cup qualifiers, but I digress. My point is I have a clear fondness for the man, and it's important I'm honest about that. But that said, he has still not convinced me that the United States was responsible for his removal from power, although I do retain an open mind. I mean, it's not like the United States lacked the motive or means to remove him from power, but more questions need to be asked, which is exactly what journalist Imran Riaz Khan was doing. It's his job to search for evidence, ask questions, and join dots together, and without hindrance from the government. However, it's self-evidently obvious the current Pakistani regime and the Pakistani military are terrified of Imran Khan's ever-growing popularity. I mean, just look at these scenes from Islamabad last week where the former Prime Minister spoke. It's just the golden rule in politics that when people attain power, they will typically do anything to hold onto it. So it's no surprise there are credible claims the military is trying to influence and manipulate the forthcoming by-elections in Punjab, which are scheduled for July 17th with 20 vacant seats up for grabs in the Assembly. These claims are supported by straightforward common sense. The Pakistani army has ruled Pakistan for more than half of the country's 73-year existence. It's eager to regain power that it lost under Imran Khan's rule. So let me finish with this message to the current government. This is not the path you want to follow. The Pakistani people have endured too much for too long to be dragged through yet another military-backed grab for power. You can put Pakistan back on track to being a flourishing democracy by releasing Imran Riaz Khan immediately and ending your anti-democratic crackdown on the free press. Anyway, that's my time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to this channel and help spread the word of your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And we kindly ask you please support this endeavor by becoming a member of this show at patreon.com/CJ Waterman. We can't produce, sustain and grow this show without your help, and we offer exclusive benefits to those who do. But for now, good night, good morning or good day, wherever you are, and stay blessed.